Yeah, we're on.
All good. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Dojo Rescue. I'm the rose between the thorns, and we're talking about on the floor, like some of the things that need to happen on the floor. So in this particular episode, we're going to talk about the pre-class. You know, like what should we be doing before classes? Like this, there's two elements. There's before the class, like before classes of the whole day. Mm-hmm. So for us, classes start at 3:30. What should happen at 3 o'clock? Between 3 and 3:30 to get the school ready. But then what should happen between the changeovers? Because I know our school in particular, you know, the changeover is bang on. There's no gap.
Yeah.
So, Graham, let's talk about the 3 o'clock to 3:30. I know that many moons ago I came up with this little
gi by three.
And that basically was a reminder of everyone that you got to be in your gi by 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
And doing your power chat. So give us a bit of a rundown on that.
Okay, so the guys will all be prepped and ready to go. There's nothing worse than clients walking through the door and you are not ready. It's like, man, I'm scrambling. It starts the day off absolutely rubbish. So the 3 o'clock power meeting, all the instructors will generally not be seated. It's not going to be sitting down like we are and kind of having a chat. It's up. It's generally done in the dojo, possibly on the floor. So we're kind of going, right, these are the events that are happening today, A, B, C, D. We'll have some of the guys there doing accountability, saying, by the way, Eddie's coming in, Phil's coming in, so on and so forth. So everyone's just aware of that. What events are, could be tip testing, could be this, could be that. Generally just the quick 5-minute run of the day, and then it's a quick look around and go, right, you ready guys? Go. And they'll then go off and tidy and make sure everything is straightened up. So cleaning is not necessarily done at that stage because it's already been done well before, but it's making sure everything's presented well and presentable and everyone's ready to rock and roll. Lesson plans are primed, everything's in its spot, they've got the right number of flyers ready for the start of class, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I think the program director would go into his office, make sure, check his appointments, get everything laid out, ready, so he knows everything, so he's not looking for stuff. There's nothing worse than looking for a pen or looking for that bloody thing that you're going to find in a meeting.
Yeah.
As I said, the dojo's being tidied up, reception area's being sorted out, and everything's just ready for a real smooth, you know, that we call it the Waymer wow factor. Mm. When someone walks through at 3:30 or before that for class, I want them to feel like, you know, they're ready. And on that, personal hygiene as well. Personal hygiene. We want to make sure that, you know, we supply, if they don't have it themselves, if you find your instructors are stinky or whatever, you've got to supply deodorant, perfume.
This is a touchy one.
Perfume for people like Graham. I mean cologne.
It's always fun.
Look, it's just chatting with Eddie on some of the previous podcasts and all the rest of it was, we talked about that customer experience and people buying with their senses, not just necessarily the information presented to them. So this is a way that we've been able to, you know, really engage in so many different ways.
I am the secret shopper in a sense. Yeah, right. And one of the wow factors of WEMA is the seamless classes, right? So I am super time poor. I turn up exactly on the dot. Sometimes late now, and then the classes run with this seamless operation where there's never been a class the same, ever. I've never done two classes that are the same pattern in them, but there is a structure that you get used to. So it's very comfortable in the customer ritual to come in, and I know what's in a class. I know that it's going to be some warm-up stuff where you don't think it's a warm-up because you're getting hammered, and the actual class, and then some stretching at the end. But I know that those exercises are always different, and I also know that there's never anyone sitting there going, oh, well, what's next, you know? Right, that's a super key part of the actual customer experience.
Yeah, nice.
Right? Probably the strongest part of the Waymer brand is that seamless customer experience in class.
And what do you see as that changeover? So, like, you know, you've got one class finishing, they're doing their chats or whatever it may be, and, you know, you're obviously as an adult off to the side. It's pretty much like, how does that work?
Well, it is usually that people get in the ritual of turning up early because they know that it starts bang on time, then they have to wait until they're ushered on if they're late. Right, so usually everybody's...
and if you're in my class, it's usually after about 50 push-ups.
If you're like,
that's how it's so fit. But no, usually everybody's ready to go at point of class, and that's sort of important as well to reiterate to your adult clients. But they clear the deck quite quickly, and you'll also look at the floor, and there's not stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
Right. So you can walk on knowing everything's ready to go, and I'm sure that the assistant instructors really organise that.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, it is just a seamless process. That's one of the things I love about Waymo.
Something that we do, we have got a couple of different processes for the kids and the adults, and they're all very similar, but obviously the luxuries we have with an adult, we don't necessarily have with the kids. I'll explain as we go. But Phil, what is generally, so we've done the 3 o'clock meetings, we're talking about the kiddies at the moment. What is the process? Very first class starts at 3:30. What happens when the kids are rocking up at 3:15 or 3:20?
We definitely want the kids in a waiting area, in a waiting zone or a holding pattern, so to speak. I know at some of our schools we've got a boxing ring, so that might be the place where we get them to wait. A lot of the other schools is just the red line on the side of the mat is where the kids are expected to sit and wait for class. We don't want it to be scatter cats. I want people everyone go, all right, class here, and then everyone comes from different angles. Where everyone's sitting, paying attention, sitting up straight, cross legs, hands on thighs. Yeah, of course, kids are kids. There's going to be a little bit of goofing around, but it's actually at its minimum. We have our assistant instructors mainly, and if it's the very first class, the lead instructor will be there as well. So, for example, if there's a line of kids, assistant instructors will be kneeling down, and the lead instructor will be walking around, having a bit of a chat to the kids. Maybe a whisper in the ear to the assistant instructors, more than likely also a bit of a wander and have a chat to the parents.
Yeah.
What's going on? How's your day? How's little Johnny today?
So something we would say, and for your benefit, Eddie, we call it like priming, or from a martial arts point of view and an instructor point of view, pre-framing. We're setting the tone for the day. And I've seen some schools do this well and some schools do this badly, where they let the kids run right, the kids are all disruptive, and guess what? The class is disruptive and it's disjointed. Or the kids are sitting nicely, the questions being asked are all framing them, getting the kids in a headspace ready when they walk on the floor, boom, they're pumped, ready to rock and roll. And guess what? The class is going to be a dynamic class as well too. Something we do with the adults, and I don't know if you are aware of this, we'll also still get our assistants where possible to cruise in amongst the adults before their class and have a conversation and chat too. So it's not like they're standing doing nothing. We want to create that environment and that rapport building. And sometimes it's just enough to start a conversation, bring 2 people in a conversation and can walk away.
Yeah.
And then it's
on that changeover for an adult, let's just say hypothetically the instructor wasn't already in a class and he was in the office doing other stuff, and his class started at 6:30. That instructor does not just walk onto the mats at 6:30.
Yeah.
You got to be down there 10, 15 minutes before, talking to the students, to the adults.
Yeah.
How their day, what's going on, all that type of stuff, smoothing the line. And in saying that, if you were the instructor and you had back-to-back, yes, you could get the assistant instructors to smooth the adults, or you could get the assistant instructor to do the cool down, as that lead instructor should really be.
There's I won't say a technical term that we call this, but it's something, Eddie, that you're experienced from a client, is MBWA, managed by walking around. And what this is, it's an important process where we know as the school owners, it's important for our staff to mingle and to be chatting with people, because really we're a customer-based service business, and if we don't chat and we simply just teach a product, we're not creating that environment, that experience, that community, because over time that product, it has value to it, but why do people stay? When someone's sore, it's not for the product. They want to know they're coming for their mateship and their friend circles and letting people down. That's what keeps them through those challenging points. So MBWA, managed by walking around.
They don't want to do it alone.
Yeah.
Right? And when we often talk about community, it's an intangible. How do we sell community, or how do we engross people in? And that's exactly it.
Yeah.
And it is exactly right. People will stand in each corner and not talk to each other and be too shy to say hello, even adults.
Yeah.
Right? And yes, it is something where every person knows everyone's name, writing the names on the geese, all those little things, that definitely helps.
Yeah, nice.
There you go, guys. It's not just all about setting yourself up for success in your class. It's all about retention too, guys. And like just what Eddie said, if I've come down, I'm out of the office, I'm 15 minutes early, I see Eddie on one side and Graham the other. As the instructor, I go, hey Graham, how's your day? Have you met Eddie? And I'll connect you guys. Building relationships is key for building a school, and having that retention base as well. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Short, sweet, and to the point. Make sure you guys are making the most of your class time pre-classes, both before the whole day starts, and also that changeover. Make it short, sharp, effective, clean, sweet. I don't know, whatever other word it all goes down. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you give some comments, some thumbs up, some thumbs down. Any interaction is great. Head over to our website, get some cool resources, and we'll see you on the next episode. Ciao.